Good morning, Stampers. Thank you for joining me today, and happy Easter to those who celebrate, whether that's with chocolate or with church or maybe even both. I hope you have a wonderful day. This is Laura Buechler of Inky Fingers Papercrafting, your independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Nanaimo, BC. And today I'm going to show you a few quick tricks about your ink pads and how to get the most out of them. Now, as you know, color is one of my favorite things about Stampin' Up! And let's see how the cardstock matches the designer series paper, which matches the embellishments, which matches the ink color, which matches, you get the idea. So now with last year's annual catalog, so June 2018, they came out with these beautiful stackable ink pads, which was probably the only thing that they could have done to make me love Stampin' Up! Ink pads just a little more. So I want to show you how I set up my ink pads when I order them. This is one that I've just received, and you can see in contrast to this one, there's something missing from the front. You can't tell what color this is. And that's because when you get your Stampin' Pad, all of the stickers are on the bottom because they don't know what language you speak, and they have the stickers in a variety of languages. So it shows you right here on the corner where you can peel that label up, and I'm going to take out the soft suede label, and I'm going to put that right on the front of my ink pad. And this means that when I have it in a stack on the shelf, I'll be able to see what color it is, right? Brilliant. Now there's one more thing that I like to do with these stickers, which is down at the bottom, there's actually a sticker that doesn't have any writing on it, and I like to use that one. And let me show you where. Let's put it down here for a minute. Open up the ink pad. And I like to put this sticker right here, and I'm going to use the take your pick tool to help me do that. And I'll show you why I like to put the sticker there. This is a trick that I learned online from another demonstrator. Because I don't know if you've ever noticed this, when you're crafting or maybe even at a craft class with several other people, and you have a whole bunch of ink pads open, it's not always easy to tell which color is which unless you have these handy little stickers telling you. So that's what I like to do, is add that sticker. And the final thing I'm going to do, once I get all of these tucked away, the final thing I'm going to do to set up my new ink pad is that I'm going to remove the rest of these labels from the bottom. I'm told that it will help them stack more easily if they don't have those extra labels on the bottom. I don't know if it's true or not, but it certainly doesn't hurt to take them off and dispose of them. I want to show you how to refill an ink pad. Now, do you usually buy the re-inkers when you buy the ink pad? I didn't used to, but actually a year or so ago, one of my ink pads was unintentionally used and abused by a class participant. You know, when you're stamping away with red ink and then you forget to clean your stamp and you put it directly into the yellow ink. You can imagine the mess, and it was kind of heartbreaking. But the good news is that doesn't have to mean the end of your ink pad, because if you have the re-inker, then all you need to do is on the ink pad that's been damaged, you get some paper towel and you just dab all over the surface of the ink pad to pick up the, in this case it was red ink, pick up as much of the red ink as possible and then refill with the correct ink color, and your ink pad is as good as new. So I always buy the re-inkers now, and there's actually some awesome crafting projects that you can do directly with re-inkers without using the ink pads at all. I'm planning to show you one of those coming up pretty soon. But anyway, so that's why I now always buy the re-inkers. They only cost $5, and you can see there's a ton of ink in here. That's going to keep your ink pad going for ages, right? So I always buy the re-inkers when I buy the ink pads now. So let me show you how I'm going to refill this ink pad. Actually, before we even do that, maybe I'll show you how old this ink is right now, which shows me why I need to re-ink it. Alright, so I've got a cute little flower stamp that I've grabbed from the Amazing Life stamp set and a little scrap of white cardstock. And I'm going to stamp this with my Fresh Fig ink. And it just looks a little bit lifeless. It does not look the way I want it to look. So I know that this needs to be refilled. So I'm going to take my Fresh Fig refill. And here's what I like to do. Is just do some scribbles back and forth, and maybe a couple the other way. And then I use the back of a plastic spoon and just spread it out. And you can see actually that foam pad, it was obviously really dry because it has soaked up all of that ink right away. So I'm maybe going to add just a little bit more. Fresh Fig is, of course, one of the colors that's retiring this year, as is Lemon Lime Twist that we were looking at earlier. So if you like these colors, the Inkpads, Cardstock, re-inkers, they're all going to be retiring, and they're only available while supplies last, so don't wait. Now, at this point, I usually let this sit for a few minutes to let the ink sink in and kind of get distributed evenly around the foam pad. So while that's happening, I'll just put those things aside, and I'm going to show you exactly how, step by step, how to open and close both styles of ink pads. I know this is something that people get very challenged around, especially if you started stamping with this old style ink pad and then now you're transitioning to the new style of ink pad and your muscle memory is all thrown off. So I just want to walk you through that. So first of all, old style, you start with thumbs at the front and a push. Push right where we applied that color label. Push, flip, and slide. Okay, 3 steps. And I'll show you that again from the front. Push, flip, and slide. And then you're ready for stamping. And when you're going to close it, it's basically the same steps, but you're going to do it in reverse. So you go slide, flip, and then a little push from the back to click it into place. I'll show you that again. To close the ink pad, we slide, flip, and click. All right, so that's the old style. Now the new style is a little bit different, of course. So with both thumbs at the front, remember the front is where we put that label earlier, both thumbs at the front, you're gonna flip it open like a compact. That's the thing I read online over and over. And even if you don't use a compact, which I certainly don't, it's something that seems to kind of make sense to people. So you start with flipping it open and you're going to flip it all the way and then slide across. And then it's ready. So while this style needed 3 steps, remember push, flip, and slide, this style you only need 2 steps. So I'll show you again. From the front, we flip it open and slide it over. And then you're ready to stamp. And when you want to close it, remember we added that extra color sticker there, and that's going to give you the clue of where to grip it when you want to close it. So I slide my fingers right in there and I slide it all the way over and flip it closed. All right, I'll show you that again. Fingers on the sticker, slide it forward and flip it closed. And there we go. And now our Fresh Fig ink pad ought to be ready. So the last thing I'm going to do on the video is just show you. Oh yeah, look at how juicy that is now. If this ever happens when you're stamping, just grab a Kleenex and wipe that off. Tap, tap, tap. And let's stamp it down. So can you see the difference in those colors? You can certainly see what image I was cutting out earlier, hey? Nice lighthouse. Anyway, so this is the rich, vibrant, Fresh Fig color that we actually love. This one right here. And this one is what it looked like when it was faded and needed to be refilled. Let me get that right in the frame. All right. So this actually might need to sit for another minute or two just to let the ink pad soak in, which is absolutely fine. There you go. There's some quick tricks to help you get the best out of your ink pads. And I thank you so much for joining me, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Please drop me a comment below and let me know what you think, and let me know what you're doing for your Easter today, whether it includes chocolate or church or both. All of the good things in life. I really appreciate reading your comments, and I love knowing whether these tips are helpful to you, and if there's something specific that you're looking to learn about, then please let me know and I'll do my best. Remember that you can purchase all the products shown here on my website, inkyfingers.ca, and you'll also find there more project tutorials, current promotional details and catalogs, the local workshop schedule, and the sign up for the monthly email newsletter. And if you're watching this on YouTube, I want to let you know that I have a Facebook page called Inky Fingers Papercrafting, and you can join a weekly card sketch challenge there and win a prize from me. If you do place an order, please use the current Hostess code, which you can find on my website, because everyone who uses that code is going to get a free gift from me. And if you'd like to earn your own Hostess rewards, all you need to do is place an order over $200 or contact me and we can start planning your own virtual or in-home party. I love doing parties, so drop me a line and we'll make it happen. Have a great day, everyone. Happy Easter and happy stampin'. Bye.